Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Nye, and this is Slay the Renee Way, a place where passionate entrepreneurs can come to grow, glow, and succeed in their small businesses. So if that sounds like you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because your girl is dropping gem after gem after gem. How to start planning for a successful year in your small business. So whether you're just now starting out or you're looking to up level and upscale in your business for 2024, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the strategies that I'm actually going to be implementing into my business planning for 2024. So if I was you, I would go ahead and get yourself some water, a cup of tea, a notebook, a journal, anything that you can use to take notes. So let's get into it. Section number 1, talking about reflection. I love to talk about reflection because I feel like there's no way to actually progress unless you look back and reflect on what you've previously done or accomplished or did not accomplish. Things that you can reflect on. And I want you to really take your time and do this, okay? Don't listen to the question and be like, yeah, I heard when I asked, but like I ain't really about to answer that because I don't want to look back and see all my failures and mishaps and things I didn't get done. Ma'am, that's exactly what we have to do in order to move forward and progress for next year. Because a failure is only something that you necessarily didn't get to produce or didn't get to execute. We do have another chance in this new year to do so. Let's take a second, grab your notebook, and I'm going to give you guys 3 questions that I like to reflect on, and I'll give you guys examples of how you can use these to properly strategize for your business. What worked well for your business? That's the biggest question. We want to highlight our successes and our accomplishments, our achievements. You want to start off giving yourself a positive reflection. You want to go back into whether it was big or small. It could be you got 1,000 subscribers, you gained 10 new customers, you sold merchandise that you hadn't sold before, you launched a new product. I mean, any small accomplishment should be big in your world, because as an entrepreneur, we celebrate all our small wins over here because the small wins will eventually snowball into our larger wins. So if I was to answer this question, and when I do answer this question in my business reflection, I will take note of the fact that I was able to do something that I have been really wishing and wanting and hoping and dreaming of doing this year. I took my very first business trip with a company that I've been working for a couple of years now. So that seems like a small thing to some people, but to me that was like, woo! Like, oh my gosh, did I really just get flew out by this company? Yes, I did. So that's a big win. Now I'm celebrating my big wins, but I'm also going to be celebrating the small wins because every win adds up. Like I said, something else that worked well for me in 2024 was being consistent, okay? Throughout 2024, up until September, when I was demonetized, I have been extremely consistent on this YouTube channel. If you guys go back to December of last year, you will see where I actually started posting pretty frequently. I mean, 2, 3 times, sometimes 4 times a week I was posting. So consistency was something that I always had like an issue with before, just based on my work-life balance. So consistency was a really big thing that worked well for me, and it also led me into that big win. I was able to get that brand trip and sponsorship based off of me being consistent with my posting and working more on, and just overall like working on getting my brand to a more professional and established and solidifying Slay the Renee Way. Okay, I feel like 2023 I solidified what Slay the Renee Way stands for. I was able to encompass some of the things that I really and truly hope to get out to you guys, and that translated and resonated in a way that it poured back into me. So that was a small win that translated into a big win. You see where I'm going with this? Okay, so once you've answered that question, now the follow-up question is, what were the challenges you faced? And this is the follow-up question you absolutely must go into. It's going to take you some time. Something I like to do to like really think about my challenges is take one of the big wins or the small wins and look at something that happened in the opposite way. So for example, where I said that my small win was being consistent, the challenge that I faced in that aspect was falling off of my consistency in September after demonetization. And that was something that kind of like shook me in a little bit because I was already being super consistent. I was able to maintain my posting routine and my schedule, and then life happened and I fell off. So you have to address the challenges that you face, because there's going to be where your room for improvement comes in. And if you don't look for room for improvement, then I mean, where are you really aiming to go? You know what I mean? I feel like with every entrepreneur and small business owner, we really are so geared towards the results and like getting to where we want to go that we forget the basic foundation. And these 2 questions I feel like really will help you to lay a solid foundation on your business and give you like stepping stones to be able to improve on, like I said before. So that's why those questions are important. But now that you've moved on with your reflection, let's go into section number 2. Setting clear goals. And I did a whole video on this last year, and I think I'm going to do an updated version of this. to achieve. M is for measurable. There should be some sort of way for you to track and keep tabs on how you're actually making progress towards achieving your goal. A is attainable. Make sure that your goal is challenging, but not super. Because again, these methods work for me. So whatever works, that's called my recipe, and I like to store it and repeat. Because once something works for you, consider it like a formula. If you're making a body butter and that formulation works, consider that formula your secret formula. So these clear goals and the SMART goals formula that I did last year, I learned it last year, I implemented it this year, and it actually worked. So I'm going to be doing that again, and I'll show you guys when I do so. You have to be setting clear and achievable goals. They should be clear, intentional, and specific, okay? That was part of the SMART goals plan. I don't care what anyone else is doing for them. We need to focus on what works for you. So define what success looks like for you. Success for me could look like I want to obtain, 6 figures this year, or I want to be able to travel more often. But success for someone else could be I want to gain more customers. I want to have a larger customer base. So find what success looks like for you and write those things down. So break down these goals into specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. That is the SMART goals foundation, okay? Basically what the SMART goals is, you will have a goal that is specific, like we just said, measurable. Now we have to make sure that it is attainable. How is this going to be attainable? Do your research and make sure that 6 figures is not something that is unattainable. Because if you're setting an unrealistic goal, if you don't accomplish it, let's be for real, you start getting down on yourself. You start feeling like, oh, I didn't accomplish this goal. Oh my gosh, I'm a failure. Oh man, I didn't do this. Oh, no. So make sure your goals are realistic for you, okay? And then lastly, you want to have them to be relevant to whatever your goal is, and then time bound, like we just talked about. So that's the SMART goal strategy. I really highly recommend you guys utilize that when you're doing your goal planning for next year. And if you want to see a video on how I'm going to do my personal SMART goal planning, comment down below. Okay, section 3, you guys, we're talking about budgeting and financial planning. Money matters. You want to establish a realistic budget and review that plan realistically, okay? You want to go over your expenses, identify areas for improvement that you can use where your finances are concerned, and also allocate all of your resources strategically, okay? So if you have a budget of about, $200 or $300 a month that you can actually spare to use in your business, that's a really large budget for a small business owner, okay? But make sure you're not just frivolously putting those dollars into things that will not help you to obtain that capital back, okay? So make sure that you're allocating your resources strategically and placing your money in places that will actually help you in the long run to get all that money back. You're constantly dishing out money as an entrepreneur, but what are you doing to make sure that you are going to be receiving money as well? That is what I mean when I say realistic budgeting. It's going to help lay the foundation for your financial growth, because like I just said, all entrepreneurs are going to start in the red, and that's just what it's going to be. You have to spend money to make money. So when you're spending money, be very realistic and specific about the things that you are investing in, and making sure it's not just for an aesthetic or because you saw someone else doing it and it worked for them. Stop paying attention to what other people are doing and what their pockets look like, because that's not your lifestyle and that's not you. And by doing so, that's how we get in debt. Okay, so let's just be realistic. Section number 4 is your marketing and branding strategies. Effective marketing, you guys, I talk about marketing so often on this channel because effective marketing is key for your success and also for retaining your customers. If you're not marketing to retain your customer or to help benefit your customer in some way, your customer will come and go just like that. And what we want to be doing next year is to capture a customer, grab a relationship with that customer, make sure that you are providing what that customer needs, and then keep that customer around, you guys. You can have a customer that you can have for life. And if you do so in the right way, catering to the customers that you already do have, because those people already support your business and see your vision. And as opposed to trying to reach out and get new customers and build new relationships so often, maybe just spend a little bit of time investing in those who already see your vision and cater to your brand. So you need to be developing a solid marketing plan. And you guys, I'm going to stress this again and again and again. ChatGPT is your friend. If you can do anything for yourself as a small business owner next year, save yourself some time, because we literally have 24 hours in a day and you can only delegate and do but so much in 24 hours. Okay, you still got to make sure that your personal life is balanced and that you are taking care of yourself and things like that. So I always recommend to my clients that you utilize the resources such as ChatGPT to allocate more time in your business to do more hands-on things. So if you need help with a marketing plan for your business, utilize ChatGPT. I'll go ahead and record a screen and show you guys an example prompt that you can put into ChatGPT to help you and ChatGPT work together to formulate a good and solid marketing plan for your business. Now, if all of that is a little bit too much for you and you would rather talk to someone and get a more hands-on approach to marketing for your business and what your marketing needs are, definitely book a consultation with me down below in my description box, because I'm interested in helping people to master the skills that they already have and use those specific skills to have a strong and solid marketing plan. So make sure that you guys book your one-on-one consultations with me. I do have availability for January and I would love to talk to you guys. So don't miss this opportunity. Make sure that you click that link right now. Book your consultations and let's get this marketing on the money, y'all. We need to get this thing right. I feel like there are so many different things to talk about when it comes to marketing in your business. It becomes a little bit of a headache. You've got the content creation, you've got content planning, you've got strategy, and you've got so many different social networks to choose from to actually market your business. What I like to do in my consultations is hear what my client says their strengths are and their weaknesses are, and I will do to develop a plan that will actually work for you. Just make sure you guys book your consultation with me. I would love to help you out. Now we must talk about streamlining your operations, that you are being efficient. Going into next year, we want to be efficient. Efficiency is key as well as consistency. Efficiency and consistency, those two words kind of like play hand in hand to me. I use them interchangeably and I try to make sure that just because you're consistent doesn't mean that you're being efficient. So just because you're posting 3 times a day doesn't mean you're doing it in the most efficient and effective way. So take that time to evaluate your current operations and things that you are doing and look for room for improvement. So if you notice that you've been posting 3 to 5 times on TikTok, 4 to 8 times on Instagram, you've been making all the captions, doing all the hashtags, you've been doing all the things that all the content creator gurus tell you to do, and they're not working, we got to find out what the room for improvement is and why those things are not working. Just because you're consistent does not mean that you are being efficient. Streamlining your processes can help you to save time, allowing you to focus on what matters most in your business, because posting 3 to 5 times a day doesn't really matter if it's not working, if that makes sense. So think about the things that you are doing and what is working and what is not. I even do something as simple as making a T-chart. What worked for me, what didn't work for me. And we're going to lay all those things out, and then you will find the middle ground. Find where you can use the things that did work with the things that didn't work. And you should be able to come up with a strategy to streamline all those operations to save yourself some time for next year. Streamlining is something that I used to not be so fond of, but now that I noticed that streamlining is what helps you to grow your business, that's something that I want to really highlight and emphasize to you guys, because you don't want to be putting so much time into things that are already not working. Okay, scratch that, start over. Don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to try something completely off-brand, completely what people are not doing, and utilize your strengths, okay? Hone in on your strengths. What may work for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. So keep that in mind when you're doing your streamlining operations. And last but not least, we saved section 6 for last because it's my personal favorite. Section 6 is investing in professional development. You guys, never underestimate the power of continuous learning. What I mean when I say invest is, I mean not only monetary, because quite obviously you're going to be investing a lot of money into your business consistently. But when I say investing into your product development or your professional development, I should say, when you invest time into continuously learning how to grow or how to do better, if there's a skill that you lack expertise in or that you're just not so comfortable with, like marketing, say marketing is your biggest weakness, you should be spending at least a couple of hours a week learning about marketing, you guys. There are so many free resources, my channel included. You can go back through my videos and listen to me talk about marketing in several different ways. If you are one who likes to take workshops, find a workshop from an entrepreneur or someone who you can trust and invest in that, you guys. Some people out here have mastered these skills and they're willing to teach you. You don't necessarily have to go to college to learn how to market. You can study YouTube videos, listen to podcasts, grab a book. There are so many books on marketing, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to link my favorite marketing books down below in the description box for you guys. They're on my Amazon storefront. These books right now are something that I'm personally reading, so if you want to get into marketing really seriously, book a consultation or pick up one of these books or do both, and we're going to figure it out. But investment should be something that you think of in an educational form as well as a monetary form. We're already putting out money, but what time do you spend to learn? If being a forever student is something that just does not interest you, entrepreneurship is not for you. And I have to say it blatantly like that, because as an entrepreneur, the number one thing you should constantly be doing is learning. So yes, you're spending all your hours not just physically doing things, but reading, studying, researching, okay? Invest in your professional development. In order to grow, you must learn. You must continuously learn as new knowledge is available and as you find that there are new weaknesses or strengths in your business. So those are pretty much my 6 top things that I'm going to be doing to start and plan a more effective business year for 2024. I hope that you guys found some of these things useful or helpful, and if you did, you already know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss when I drop another gem, and as always, in the next video, love you guys, peace.